Hey guys, in this episode of First Year Worries, I am going to be talking to you about the one statement that you really don't want to hear as soon as you get to uni, but you will. And that statement is, a degree is not enough.
And it's on the ear.
A degree is not enough. A degree is not enough.
Now, after you've paid £9,000 for the privilege of getting into uni and you're all made up about getting your accommodation and settling in, you don't want to bother yourself with the thought that a degree might not get you a job. But unfortunately, that's kind of the reality at the moment. There is a serious issue with graduate employers not being able to fill graduate positions. Now, in this day and age, work experience is so important alongside a degree. Not only does it show an employer that you really genuinely want to do what you want to do, but it puts you at a huge advantage at the end of your degree when you start to apply for those graduate schemes and those graduate opportunities that have 50 places available, but 1,000 applicants going for them. And those might seem like huge numbers, but I've been assured that that is the case, which I should probably be a little bit scared about too. So, in terms of my personal experiences, I've had a really busy summer in terms of work experience. Around February time, I think it was, I applied for a work experience placement at the BBC, and I was lucky enough to get it. So I spent 3 weeks at the start of summer at the BBC Broadcasting House working on BBC Watchdog. I had an incredible time. Fingers crossed, having that on my CV will put me at such a big advantage when I come to apply for a BBC graduate scheme when I finish my degree, hopefully, in 2 years' time. So work experience placements are fantastic, but like with anything, they have their downfalls. The biggest one that seems to get mentioned in the media a lot is the fact that internships are generally unpaid. Now, this is a massive bone of contention with a lot of people. If interns are working for the company and doing valuable work that's going to help their output, then why aren't they getting at least the national minimum wage? I think it's become a rite of passage, especially in the creative industries, that everybody does have a little bit of unpaid work experience. Don't get me wrong, unpaid work experience can be fantastic. You know, my placement at the BBC was unpaid, but I mean, for the value that adds to my CV, and just the general experience of living in London, I couldn't have any complaints whatsoever. So I think it's, when you do go for unpaid internships, I think you've got to be very careful and strict with yourself about weighing up the pros and the cons, how much value it will actually add to your CV. There are obviously paid internships as well. They tend to be for second and third years only, because I guess then the employer can think their intern will be employable sooner. But then I guess that begs the question, why should you be thinking about work experience in the first year? And, well, purely because, like I said earlier, the sooner you get started, the more time you're going to have to fill up that CV, and that's so important. If work experience doesn't sound like a particularly great option for you, then there are loads of other ways that you can kind of enhance your CV. So in the Students' Union, there's the Students' Union job shop, and basically if you go in there, sign up, so take your details in, passport and that kind of stuff, you will get job alerts, and all of these are for paid roles, either in Cardiff or the surrounding area. They are literally perfect student positions. So a lot of them are for stewards at the Millennium Stadium, stewards at the Motorpoint Arena, catering staff around the university. Although they might not directly link to a particular career, these are all great paid positions that will not only earn you a little bit of extra cash, they'll also look great in your CV because again, it just shows that you're engaged outside of your degree. As well as the job shop, there's also the Skills and Development Service, which is basically a place that you can, again, sign up to and attend workshops that range from everything you could think of. So, commercial awareness, networking, leadership. You can go along to them and learn some really, really great stuff. All of these are great because they're not career specific. And so if you do a short course in leadership, then that's gonna help you in whatever career you want to go into. So they're really, really worth checking out. And finally, as well as the job shop and the Skills and Development Service, Cardiff University also runs a scheme called the Cardiff Award. It requires students to do over 70 hours of extracurricular activity throughout the academic year. So that could be anything from student media, sport, work experience, paid work, volunteering, absolutely anything. It also requires you to attend quite a few workshops run by the Skills and Development Service, and it also requires you to complete some psychometric tests as well as present to an employer panel at the end of the award. To add that to your CV, an award from such a prestigious university is such a great thing and shows that you've really, really gone through the effort of making the most of your time at Cardiff University. And I think that's it for this time. So, as usual, if there are any questions or any queries at all, please don't hesitate to get in touch. And I will see you next time for the things you should be doing during this summer, so right now, to prepare yourself for leaving home for uni. Alright, see you later guys.